Welcome back to Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily, here to talk to you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, what happened to the video? Why is it late? It's actually my fault. I forgot the material we were going to be reviewing, and I can't make a video if I don't have the material. Well, I could have made a video about something else completely random. There are several things I actually do want to talk about, but I was really focused on this thing, so I really wanted to talk about that. So rather than try to talk about something I wasn't particularly focused on, I thought it would just be better to talk about this thing today. And I'll just make another video tomorrow, so we'll have our 2 videos for the week. It's going to work out. It's going to be fine, so I hope you keep watching. I'm sorry if I let anybody down. Anyway, moving on. What's wrong with my face? I don't know if you can see it from your distance or if the camera's picking it up, but I can see it when I look at myself in the camera, so I just want to explain that I lost a fight with myself trying to swat a bug and cut my face open with my own thumbnail. It's the dumbest self-inflicted injury ever, but that is what happened, no lies. So, with all that out of the way, let's actually get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Today we're going to be talking about a manga, but this isn't like our regular manga suggestion videos where I talk to you about 2 or 3 titles and give you kind of a basic rundown on each. No, today we're going to be talking about a manga in full. It is called The Boy Who Was a Bride by Chi. It's being distributed by 7 Seas Entertainment. It's really good. We'll get into why it's really good. Now, the title suggests it's about somebody who was born a boy, like quotation, and later became a bride. It's actually a autobiographical manga. Basically, Chi, the artist, is also the writer, and it's about her life and how she grew up and how she became the woman that she is today. Now, what I like about this is not only is the art super duper cute. Here, I'll even show you the back. It's like really just amazingly cute, which is something I love. It's also a very good information book, because not only does she talk about, her life after she met Husband Kun and how she got to the point of where she was Bride-chan, like those are the nicknames they've given each other, and not only does it talk about that, but it does talk about a lot of LGBT issues and trans issues, and it really gets into some good detail about what each thing means, and like what is SRS, what is transition, what is gender identity disorder. The information that it does use for the gender identity disorder one is a little outdated, but that's fine. It's okay. Gender identity disorder is no longer considered a mental issue. It's a mental illness, I should say. So that's good. And I don't really think she describes it as a mental illness in here. I just really wanted to get that out there and done. So, basically, she started this as a sort of diary online and then eventually decided to put it into book form. Publisher picked it up, and basically that's why we have it. And I really think you should check it out, if not just for the cute story about how she comes out to her parents and the steps she takes into making sure that everything goes according to plan so that she can get married to her boyfriend. It just has a lot of good information. Like it mentioned, it talks about LGBT stuff, talks about trans stuff to the max, and how not everybody can get surgery or even want surgery, which I think is a good message. And it really actually outlines the plight of the trans community, or even the LGBT community as a whole, in Japan. Now, at the time of publishing this, and I haven't actually checked up on it, I will put in the comment section below if things have changed, but as far as I know, from reading this, same-sex marriage is not allowed in Japan. And what really sucks is that if you're a trans person and you're already married, you can't seek any kind of medical treatment to transition. The Japanese government actually acknowledges trans people and their gender and how they want to present, and changing that over, they don't mind doing that, you have to, have the surgery, etc., and whatever. But they don't want to have any kind of same-sex marriages. So if you're, let's say, a woman married to a man, and you decide, or let's say you're coded as a woman, that's better, and you're married to a man, and you come out as a gay man, you're male, and you're still married to your husband, and your husband is totally cool with that, which hopefully he would be. You can't transition unless you get a divorce, which is something I didn't know. I thought maybe that would be like the ultimate loophole, like everywhere, but apparently it's never been a loophole anywhere, and it kind of sucks. So you have an entire stress-related thing to added onto your already stressful gender identity disorder, in that, well, I love my partner and I want to stay married to them, so I guess I won't transition because I don't want to go through the divorce. I don't want, to not be married to this person who I love. And so a lot of trans people are trapped in a look that they don't necessarily agree with or are comfortable with. And they have no other choice because there's just laws in place to make hurdles for same-sex couples. And that is, hopefully you'll read in the description, the comments about that has changed since the creation of this and the publication. I sincerely hope that has changed, but the fact that that's how it is or used to be is totally bonkers. Bonkers nuts suckage. Which, I don't know why I strung those words together like that, but boy, I sure did. Yeah. And then it also talks about, the different quote-unquote levels of transness, in not necessarily that you have to be this trans to ride certain rides, more that there is a hierarchy in the trans community that the artist doesn't necessarily agree with. She's just outlining that it is there, and that there are different levels of transition, and not everybody completes all the levels for whatever reason. Some of it because of the stressful nature of undergoing transitioning, or they're married and they don't want to get a divorce, things like that. It also does a good job of explaining the difference between drag queens, cross-dressers, and trans people, and different kinds of terminology that used to be used for trans people in Japan, such as new half, which we're not going to, I already knew about that. Samus is trans. Anyway, my point being is that it's a really interesting read. It's got a lot of interesting facts and knowledge for you to absorb. And I think it explains it in a way that anybody could pick it up and be like, oh, okay, I understand a little better now. I would like to say that anybody can pick it up and understand completely, but there are just people who, no matter what they read, no matter what they watch, they're never going to understand. And honestly, I'm tired of trying to convince them. So that's what that is. But definitely check out The Bride Who Was a Boy, because it's really cute. If for no other reason, it's just got really, really cute artwork that I enjoy a whole lot. It's mostly in black and white, but there are some color splash pages to get you going, and all the artwork is just super, super adorable, so I hope you like it. What are we going to be talking about tomorrow in the next video? I'm going to tell you, we're going to be talking about the last Digimon Try movie. It'll be our last Digimon video until they make another Digimon movie. If they ever make another Digimon movie, I hope they do. But, yeah. There you go. That's what we're talking about tomorrow. So until then, not that we're not going to see each other for a very long time, but until the next video, love comics, love cartoons, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.